Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS. I am Kyle Jellings. Appreciate you hanging out with me for this afternoon drive. I have a very special guest in studio. Always fun to have visitors come join me, and I have a special one today. She's the president and CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Economic Development Corporation. It's a pretty important title and just an intimidating name of a organization there. That's the goal, right?
It's to get the attention.
Yeah, you are in the game to intimidate.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Not
But
really.
Holly Schroeder is joining us from the SCVEDC. You can go to scvedc.org to learn more information, or you can keep listening because we're going to talk about some stuff right now. So, Holly, how did you get into the involved with the Santa Clarita Valley Economic Development Corporation?
So I've been at the Economic Development Corporation for a little over 4 years. I've been living in the Santa Clarita Valley for 12 plus years. And when the opportunity came up, I think I understand business, and I understand what makes this place a great place to do business and how it relates to the rest of the LA market. And that's really what it's about. It's about trying to tell that story about what Santa Clarita Valley has to offer for businesses, and in a way that resonates with decision makers.
And so you have a business background.
I do.
Yeah. So what is it exactly? So for those who don't know, you touched on it a little tiny bit just now, but what is the overarching plan for the Economic Development Corporation here in the Santa Clarita Valley?
So we're a nonprofit organization focused on growing high-quality jobs in the Santa Clarita Valley. So we focus on jobs in manufacturing, aerospace, filming, digital media, entertainment, technology, those types of jobs that really grow opportunities for our residents, grow our economy, that allow us to maintain the quality of life that we hold so dear here.
And that's one of the things about Santa Clarita. It's kind of like we want to stay here in the Santa Clarita Valley. The LA is kind of far away, and those mountains kind of push the Los Angeles way. There's of course people that commute down there, but that's one thing about business. We want to be a good place for businesses to open up.
We absolutely do. We have a diverse set of businesses here already, a growing business community, but we want to continue to grow it and have it be provide more opportunities for our residents to have choices over the course of their career of places to work, good places to work, and again, grow the economy, because that grows our tax base, and that's what provides the resources for us to have the great parks and the great schools and all of the great quality of life that we have here.
Update downtown Newhall.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All of that stuff. We're speaking with Holly Schroeder. She is the president and CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Economic Development Corporation. Let's talk about, you do have an event coming up. It's the 2018 Economic Outlook, and it is on March 8th. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But last night you were busy. You stayed up a little later than maybe some people. Well, maybe it's not that late, right?
It's not that late.
It's not that late. But you were out at the city council meeting for the annual update to the council. What information was shared there? What are the highlights of what was exciting news from the SCVEDC?
Yeah, so we did a quick reflection on 2017 to the city council on the projects that the EDC was involved with. Again, businesses that we are bringing to the Santa Clarita Valley, or businesses that are expanding here. All of that added up to about 2,200 jobs, 31 businesses that we worked with last year. What was notable is that the businesses we worked with last year really crossed all of our target industry sectors that we focus on, those ones I mentioned earlier. And almost half of the businesses that we worked with were Santa Clarita Valley companies that were expanding. So
awesome.
A lot of, we do a lot to attract new businesses in, but we also want to help the businesses that are here grow, and as they grow, to stay here. And so we had 14 some businesses that made the decision to grow here, took additional space, hired additional people, and that's a great testimony that as they're expanding, they want to stay in the community.
What is some of the challenges with an expanding business here in the Santa Clarita? I'm sure, I know California is kind of tough in general for businesses, but what is it like some of the challenges you're seeing Santa Clarita, maybe specific to Santa Clarita?
Well, what has been the biggest challenge for the past decade has been a lack of available space. We have really, since before the recession, there hasn't been a lot of new industrial or office buildings constructed. The good news is That's changing. So we've, during 2017, had a lot of construction start. So we have some new buildings, some new industrial buildings that are available, and we have additional industrial buildings and office buildings that are under construction. So we finally have a little bit of a relief valve for those folks that have been wanting to grow and make a move, and give some of the pressure where they might be crammed into small spaces. They are and doubling up with their people. They now have a little bit of a release valve and some places to go, which is really great news.
Awesome. She's Holly Schroeder. She's from the Santa Clarita Valley Economic Development Corporation. She is the president and CEO of the SCVEDC. The event is, you can learn more, by the way, about the SCVEDC by going to scvedc.org. And talk to me about this event. This is an annual event, the Economic Outlook?
Yeah, this is our annual economic forecast. We bring in top economists to really do a forecast. And what's unique about this event is that we get a forecast that really drills into what's happening here in the Santa Clarita Valley. So if you want to know kind of what the future looks like for business, as well as looking at demographics and jobs data and employment data and real estate trends, this is the place to get that specifically for the Santa Clarita Valley. We don't just lump it in with the greater Los Angeles area like a lot of the economists coming out of the universities do. We really drill into what's happening here. So it's on March 8th, and it's a very well-attended event, one of the biggest business events of the year, and we're looking forward to it.
Who should be the ones, if they're seeing this, ears perk up, who needs to be at this meeting?
Any business owner, any business leader needs to be at this event, because this is where they're really going to understand what's happening, both, not just, obviously, as I just said, in the Santa Clarita Valley economy, but also what's happening in the state and the national and the international economy, all of which provide the information that business leaders need to make the decisions for how they're going forward.
Awesome. Again, go to scvedc.org if you want to learn specifically about this event, scvedc.org/outlook. It has all the times and the dates and registration stuff and all that. So scvedc.org. What type of business should I open? Just in general. What do you think? What type?
Well,
of
I don't know. We're down here in Old Town Newhall. It seems like wine shops are thriving, and as a
fan,
I'm all for that.
I kind of want to open an ice cream shop.
Oh,
but mainly for self-indulgence.
That'd be fun. That would be fun. You might eat all your profits. You gotta be careful if you're a fan.
I'd be a terrible businessman. But maybe I'll just go to the economic development, the Outlook. And maybe I'll learn something. Maybe I should. Maybe I should open.
You should come and see what you might want to learn.
Exactly. Thank you, Holly. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate
Thanks for having me.